Yo, what's going on? So, today I'm explaining why I'm breaking up with the music industry. And I think this has been a long time coming. But basically, I'm sick of being used. It's a very unhealthy relationship going on between musicians and the music industry. And this can probably seem like an extreme viewpoint or a little bit over the top, but let me explain how I'm thinking about this and how I got here. So, the way I think about this is really it is a relationship between musicians and this industry. And it has become really out of balance. That the modern music industry really is no different to the music industry of the past, where a label has a lot of power and the artist has a lot of power if they have like a number one smash hit. But otherwise, the label always gets paid, but the artist doesn't always get paid. If we relate that to the modern music industry of streaming platforms, social media, musicians are creating so much content for these platforms and they're not being compensated for it. So that's why I say it's a really unhealthy relationship. If this was a relationship between two people, you would say this person has all the power and this person is kind of a slave, has to do everything, and all the spoils go to this person. And we would look at that and say, this is really unhealthy. They should break up. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is breaking away from the mainstream part of the music industry, which is Spotify and the idea of mainstream pop music. Not that I've ever been a pop artist, but realizing my place in that is as an independent, creative artist who is creating music for people who are into that. And that's a smaller number than people who want to listen to Taylor Swift or some country song that's big at the moment. And this can also sound like I'm whinging or I'm sad about this, but I'm actually really thrilled and excited to do this because something that is really important to me is ethics, being ethical, thinking about making ethical choices. And some of us do that in different parts of our lives when it comes to how we treat animals. So I'm vegan. I've been vegan for over 20 years. I think about my clothing choices. I think about energy and the environment. I like to consider myself a thoughtful, conscious person. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I really genuinely care. I care about the environment. I care about people. I care about animals. I care about whether people are suffering or not. I care about whether things are done in an ethical way. In an upcoming tour that I'm doing, I'm hiring an electric car to travel around Germany. I'm getting all my merch made by organic, fair trade cotton. So I want to make ethical choices in my life to have a better world, be involved in a better world, to make things better rather than worse. And I realize that I've been slow to think about that when it comes to music and culture and just being willing to just sort of go along with what these huge tech platforms want us to do. And we don't think of Spotify as a tech platform, but it actually is a technology company. And the CEO of Spotify, Daniel Ek, he considers himself a technologist, not really advocating for musicians and reinvesting in the music culture. As a multi-billionaire, he's investing in AI defense companies and these moonshot projects. He's investing over $1 billion in technology companies when most of the people on his platform can't even make enough money to cover the cost of the distribution on the platform. So again, that's just an example of how this is very, very skewed and very, very out of balance. So in making this choice, it's always scary to break up with someone because a part of you feels like, but I'm going to miss out on all of this stuff that I get from that relationship. But when a relationship is so out of balance, you do reach a point where you just realize, well, the cost of being in this relationship is so much more than what I will get from being apart from it. So that's why I'm not releasing my album on Spotify, my new forthcoming album. And I'm going to be very careful about where I place it. The cool thing about this process that I'm going through, this breakup process, is I'm realizing there's plenty more fish in the sea. Meaning there are actually a whole host of ethical, thoughtful digital platforms that are out there and that are rising. So from things like Bandcamp, there's Resonate, Tidal, Mastodon as a social media platform. And I'm breaking up with all of the big platforms and I'm creating an ecosystem that I feel really good about being a part of and actually really excited about being a part of. I'm still going to utilize those platforms as a tool for me to promote what I have going on, but I'm not going to spend hours and hours a day creating content for those platforms so that then they have cool content to share so that then they can sell that content essentially through advertising to people. So that can be scary. And honestly, I'm a bit scared about doing this. But when you know the relationship isn't right, it's time to move. It's time to go. So that's what I'm doing. Who knows? I might be back. But I actually feel very positive and very excited about this. So I will be inviting you to be part of that journey, to come and join me in these other places. And I really feel like it's going to be more like a private party for us, people who care about music, care about culture, care about fairness, and want to be part of a community of people who share those values. That's really what I'm interested in with my music. I'm not really interested in having 1 million people vaguely listen to a song while they're on a treadmill or walking a dog or something. That's not what music is about. Not for me. And so I want people who are, who love music, who really care about it, who are engaged with it, who care about lyrics, who care about different, song forms and creativity and different types of expression. That's what I'm about. And that's, if you're about that, then let's do this. Let's make it happen. So that's my rant. That's my explanation. So things moving forward with the release of my new album, I think are actually going to be quite interesting, quite creative, quite innovative. And if that sounds like you're interested in that, just come and join me. Just keep an eye on what I'm doing. Be open to the possibility of moving somewhere different, getting off the traditional platforms maybe that you're on. Try something new, because I think something new has to emerge out of what's happening. I just feel like this actually is an inflection point in how the music industry functions and how we as consumers of music and fans of music, lovers of music, how we engage with artists, with these platforms, with the industry, how we decide to vote with our dollars, who we decide to support. And it's really about having a deeper connection rather than just a very superficial connection with art and music and people and stories and all of that stuff. So that's what I have to say. So you'll see things moving in this space, new things to join, be part of, and I hope you'll come and join me, because it's going to be fun. All right, big love, peace out, and I will see you in the new ecosystem that's fair. It's going to be fun, deeper connection, transparency, authenticity, creativity, all the good stuff. Peace out. Big love. See you soon.